I really wanted to touch on the building of unconscious habits, because my homie came over the other day. He was talking to me. We were having a talk type shit, and so we was talking about how we feel that our effort isn't always there, right? You know what? Even when it comes to the things that we want, like these videos, for example, I know for factamunda, I can add more editing. I can do more. You know what I'm saying? Add more pictures and do things to catch y'all's attention. Probably getting this wind out of here, bruh. Though, another thing is about that is we unconsciously make habits. And that's just true. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter, right? Because while we're going through our day, we do things, right? So we're on autopilot mode for the most part. And so the things that we do are what? Automatic. And so one thing that got me thinking was the same way that, you know what? An addiction can start. Not addiction, a habit. You pick up one cigarette, you smoke another, somehow that turns to another one. That's how you develop a habit. And so the same way is once you're sometimey once, you're sometimey again, and then you'll be sometimey again. And that's how you build what, God? A habit. And so if that's the case, then unconsciously we are building that habit. And so this is why they say how you do anything is how you do everything. And I really didn't understand that just because of the aspect that's like, oh man, I don't want to be trying harder my everything, bro. I don't want to be a try hard, this, that, and the third. But you got to understand everything correlates. And that's not the thing that that is the thing that I was not getting. Everything really does correlate within one another. The same way that, you know what, you'll go out of your way to talk to somebody today and you won't do it the next day just because what? That's still being sometimey. And so if you want to be consistent, you have to be consistent in all areas. It really feels like, because if you're not, it bleeds over. The fact that you're lackadaisical here, you know what I'm saying? It'll reach to the other aspects of your life. It will. Somehow, some way. It may not be very apparent in the moment. It may not be something that we see all the time, but it will be there. Because what? Like I said, it just takes one after a couple of times of doing it, and then what? You get used to it. You like this feeling. You know what? I mean, you're just like, oh, you're gonna adapt to it because that's what we condition ourselves to do unconsciously. And so if that's the same thing, then why would we not want to carry a constant intensity and a level of care into everything that we do? And I'm really starting to see this and other aspects into other people as well, because I understand why. You know what? Sometimes it's this. You know what? It's very funny. I'll tell you something. When it comes to people are very sometimey. And you know what? When you do it for something, when you do it for someone, they might not do it for you. Right. And so, I mean, shit, you lend your homie bread. But when it's time for you to ask for bread from your friend, be like, hey, bro, you remember that, this, that, and the third? Even though, don't do that, because that's a bad habit in itself. But what's it called? You ask your homie for bread, this, that, and the third. When you got it, you give it to him, you without a doubt. But when he got it, no response, no answer, no nothing. That's sometimey. And so then what does that tell you? You can't rely on that person for that when you help them, right? And there's a lot of sometimey people, bro. There really is a lot of sometimey people. And the fact that it's so relevant in a situation like this, just because what, bro? Sometimes we want to give effort. Sometimes we want to, I'm not going to give that much effort. I think I'm going to pull back today because I'm what? Tired. We'll give ourselves an excuse not to give what? More effort. We'll give ourselves an excuse not to do what? Bruh, apply that consistency. Apply that sense of care with everything that we do. And you know what? Even subconsciously, I've been building habits. We all do. Even in, like, for example, you know what? You talking to a shorty. And so every single time that you're finding yourself talking to a girl, shit, you re-downloaded that day now. You know what I'm saying? Or you try to take her serious, but you re-download, you know what I'm saying? You start doing other things with other women, and then it's like, bro, why is it like this? And now you asking yourself, why can I not focus on one person? Why is it, you know what I'm saying? Why does it feel like I'm trying to distract myself when somebody else that I want is in front of me, right? And so it's like, that's a habit. That's something that you built up, right? Because every single time you encountered this and you've been in this scenario, you've done what? That. You've done that. The same way that, you know what, bruh, after you come home from work, instead of what, going and making videos and shit like that. Now I'm talking to you daily. instead of going to make videos and stuff like that, you want to go sit and you want to enjoy yourself. You want to go play video games, which, you know what, is perfectly fine if that's what you want to do. Everything in life has a balance, I do say this. But there is a level of care and there is a level of consistency that has to be taken. Because then what? Oh, sometimes, oh, I want to record, but then sometimes I don't. But it's just it's a thing. When you're doing that task, what are you giving? Are you giving your full effort? Are you giving half effort? And it's so easy to be half-assed. It's so easy to go half-assed because what? Shit, we're comfortable. We like to be comfortable. And if we're being, oh, you know what, I'm gonna try to be consistent, that comfortable side of us gonna be like, nigga, tripping. You tripping. Chill out, you tripping. And so then what? Because naturally, a lot of people, and even me too, I like to listen to that little voice that you tripping. Because what? Because sometimes I feel like I be tripping. I do feel like I be tripping and be like, you know what? I'm a half-ass this. This doesn't require my full effort, but you got to understand, you're sacrificing something. And when it comes, and this is when it comes to me, my worth ethic is shown through, how consistent my effort is. And I mean, that's just for certain for me. And so when I give a shitty amount of effort, it is very easy for me to allocate that same effort to other things in my life. It really is. Just because what? I'm over here doing something half-assed. I'm over there doing something half-assed. And I'm back there doing something half-assed. So when it comes down for me to do it at the end of the day, for me to come and focus on something that I really want to lock in and focus on, for me, it's just going to be half-assed. It's going to be half-assed. Just because of the simple fact that that's what I've been doing. I've been training myself to, you know what, keep that half-ass. Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's okay not to give no effort. It's okay not to give no effort. Tight shit. That's what I be feeling. And so, in that moment in time, I really have to see it's like, damn, how you do anything is how you do everything. When you give a half-assed effort, and you know what, just something small, taking out the trash, and you do that over and over and over again, you're still gonna be half-assed there. And so what's to say that you will not get comfortable and you will not get complacent in other aspects of your life if you are complacent in one and your lack of effort is in one? That's just something to think about, just because it really is intertwined within everything. We see how we work, we see what we do. And so when we're on autopilot, and that's how we are for the most of the time, that's what we're gonna do. Unless you're consciously judging and engaging your effort with every task you're doing, unless you're doing that, it's so easy to be stuck in that autopilot mode. Because what? That autopilot mode does not have a sense. It's easy to not have a sense of care when you're in autopilot, unless you're training yourself and you create the habit. That's the thing. We create the habit to treat it as something as such a top priority. And that's really how I feel about that. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a sometimy ass nigga. I really am. And I'm getting sick of it. I don't like it. I don't like to see this in myself. I don't want this, you know what I'm saying? For the people who I want to bring up my life and excel and help get to that next spot. Because they coming with me. But it's like, if this is the case, why am I setting my standard so low? Is this a standard that is going to get me to where I want to be? And that's something that I have to think about. And genuinely and holistically, I will say no, it's not. In order to get to that higher point that I would like to be at, I'm not sometime. Every single thing I do is the same. I have the same level of care. I treat it the same. Just because I understand mentally, I will be taking note of what I do. And I view what I do. And so if I think it's okay to give lack of effort, then naturally I'm just going lack effort. Because I built the habit. And that's just something that I realized over the years in football and in high school and stuff as well, and even in my college career, I've been half-assed. I haven't really been doing my work myself. I haven't really been, been applying myself as much as I wanted to. Just because, hey bro, I'm not on campus, you're at home. Shit, you got work. This, that, and the third, and I find reasons and I find excuses to, I'm saying, be half-assed. Now I understand. There's levels to this shit, but why would you let your effort dwindle? That's something about you and about your character that are intertwined is your effort. Nobody should be able to question your effort or your character. And that's real, bro. And that's so real. Because if somebody can question your effort and your character, then they can definitely question you as a person. You know what I mean? So, be on God, y'all. Let me know if y'all been feeling the same way, bro. And I appreciate y'all. Stay up, T up. Y'all have a good rest of y'all's day.